Hello viewers, this is John. In this lesson, we're going to apply some of the key moves we learned in our previous lesson to this particular game between Babasai and Vladimir. This game was played in 1961 and then it was won by Babasai. So we are going to look at some of the key strategies in this game, how Babasai made his moves. So we are going to use the square diagram to study the game, and then we know how he moved his pieces. All right, without much ado, let's get started. Babasai decided to play 32-28. The move was responded by Vladimir by playing 16-21. Babasai responded the move by playing 37-32. So as we have learned in the previous lesson, we see that if you draw the square diagram from the position from the black piece at 21 square, 27, 28, 38, 37 are key positions. We can take 32. So as Babasai play from 37, 32, 32 controls all these squares we have here. The 27, 28, 38, 37. This is the move Babasai made. And then the move was responded by Vladimir by playing 11-16. And then Babasai played 34-30. So let's examine why Babasai had to play 34-30. He played 34-30. If you draw the square, we see that the vertex at the square here has these 4 squares surrounding it, and that of 40 has 34, 35, 45, and then 44 surrounding it. So if you take square 30, you have control of these key squares over here. So Babasai decided to take this square. The same thing applies here. Babasai can also play 41-37. So 37 here, we have 4 key squares here. That's when you move to 37, then it controls, the 37 will control the 4 keys squares here. But Babasai decided to go for 30. So he played 34-30 to take control of these squares. Right. So the next move was played by Vladimir by playing 20-24. Replied by playing 20-24. Babasai responded by playing 41-37. If you draw the square from that position, we see that the vertex here is surrounded by 37, 38, 48, 47. So Babasai can play 41-37 to take control of the square. As I said about the square diagram, you know that the position should balance. So if we look at the vertex at 42 and then 44, so the vertex at 42 and 44 here, the vertex here are well surrounded by these pieces on the squares. So we have a piece on 39, a piece on 40, a piece on 50, and then a piece on 49. The same way here, we have pieces here, but there's no piece at 37. So we need to move 41 to 37 so that we make sure the position on the vertices are balanced. We need to move to 37. That's what Babasai plays. So Babasai played 41-37. This move was answered by Vladimir by playing 18-23. So Vladimir played 18-23. Was responded by playing 30-25. We moved 30 to 35. So let's draw the square diagram and then we see. We see that in this situation, we have the vectors at 25 here, 25, and then 45, 43, 23. So Babasai decided to move to 25 to take control of these vectors. 25. You can also take control of 34 because 34 here, we have key positions here. We can also take 34 to have control over the 4 key squares we have here. Babasai decided to go for 25, the vertex. And then Black responded by playing 21 26. So he responded by playing 21, 26. And then Babasai will have to reply to this move by playing 40, 34. So he played 40, 34. As I said previously, we can take control of 34. If you draw the square diagram, with the second square here, the vertex here is surrounded by 34, 24, 25, 35. We can take control of 34. We can also play 27, but Babasai decided to take 34. So he played 40, 34. And then Black replied by playing 17, 21. So he replied to this move by playing 17, 21. Babasai responded to this move by playing 34, 29. Let's draw the square. You understand why the moves are made. We don't just move the pieces. So we have to make sure we have a formula by which the pieces are moved. Black played 17, 21. White answered by playing 34, 30. So we understand why that move was made. So we play 34, 30. The vertex here is surrounded by this square. So we need to take control of any of the vertex here. We have only one vertex over here. That is 30. You can also play 34, 29 to remove the piece at 23. Then we move to 34. That's exactly the move Babasai made. So Babasai played 34, 29. Vladimir answered this move by playing 12, 18. He moved from 12 to 18. And Babasai replied by playing 44, 39. He played 44, 39. So again, if we should draw the square, we draw the square, we see that the vertex are 38 and then that of 40 are surrounded by, so the 38 here is surrounded by 32, 33, 43, 42, and that of 40 we have 35, 45, 44, 34. We have the center here, so we have these key positions here. You can move to 39 to have control of these 4 key positions over here. So once I move to 39, then this move was answered by playing 1823. 1823. So Vladimir took to the center and moved to square 23. And this move was responded by Babasai by playing 50-44. So he played 50-44. Again, if you draw the square diagram, we see that the 44 here controls these key positions here. So we need to move to the center of these key squares. Vladimir answered the move by playing 7-12, and the move was replied by Babasai by playing 44-40. Babasai played 44-40. Again, if we should draw the square, we see that the vertex here has 29, 30, 40, 49, 39. So we can move to 40 to take control of this vertex here. Because as I said, the position needs to be balanced. If you look at the vertex at 32, we have 37 and then 38. They are all occupied by pieces. But if you come here, you come to the vertex at 34, we have one vertex here is empty, which is 40. So we need to take control of 40. We need to play 40. So Babasai played 44-40. This move was answered by Black by playing 12-18. And then Babasai responded by playing 31-27. Just to avoid Black playing 21-27. He played 31-27. So again, if you draw the square, we see that 27 take control of the center of these key squares. The key squares here are taking control of by moving to 27. So Vladimir played 2-7. He moved the piece at 2 to square 7. And this move was replied by Babasai by playing 37-31. So he played 37-31. Let's look at why the move was made. That move was made. So you see that when you draw the square, the key squares here are 21, 22, 32, 31. We make sure we take 31 square. Then Black played 21-26. And this move should be answered by White by playing 47-42. So 47-42 was played. Let's use the square diagram to determine the position. Definitely this is the move we need to make. So with the square diagram, we see that square should be taken. We need to go to 42. We need to play 42. So 42 was played. And then the exchange was made. Black answered this move by playing 7-12. And then White responded by playing 31-26. And again, if we should draw the square, we see that the 26 will form the vertex of the other side of the board. So 26 has to be played. Black responded by playing 6-11. And White also responded to this move by playing 46-41. So let's look at the move. So we see that the vertex here is surrounded by 26, 27, 37, 36. So we see that if we should play 41, 41 will have control of these two key squares. That's the reason we need to move to the 41 so that we control these two squares here. Played 46, 41 has to be played. Then Black answered by playing 14-20. 14-20 is played. He has to exchange. So the exchange was made. And Babasai answered this move by playing 30-25. So he moved to 25. So again, if we should draw the square, we see that the vertex here is surrounded by 25, 15, 14, and 24. So we can take control of this square. We can play 25. So 25 is played. And Black responded by playing 10-14. Babasai answered by playing 41-37. So if we should draw the square, you see why Babasai made that move. The vertex at 32 is surrounded by 27, 28, 38, 37. We can take control of 37. So that's the move Babasai made. Black answered by playing 4-9. So he played 4-9. And White answered the move by playing 37-31. So he played 37-31 over here. If you want to do the calculation, if you draw, we see that this strategy is being followed by Babasai. We have 21, 22, 32, 31. So Babasai took 31. And then Vladimir played 1-6. White answered by playing 49-44. So let's see how Babasai calculated this move. So we have the first diagram, the first square diagram, and then the second square diagram. Then we see that Babasai played 49-44. 49-44 was played by him. Black answered by playing 5-10. And this move was answered by Babasai by playing 48-42. So again, if we should draw the square, we'll see how Babasai was calculating these moves. So we see that the vertex at 48 is surrounded by 42, 43. So Babasai moved to 42. He played 48, 42. Vladimir played 11-17. And this move was answered by Babasai by playing 27-21. Again, if we should draw the square, the vertex at 17 surrounded by 21 and 22. Play 27-21. You can also play 27-22, but If you play this, black will take backwards to reduce his tempo, because know that the position is classic. So if black reduces his tempo, he's going to worry you. He decided to play the 21 so that the piece assist can move forward. So he played that move. The last position for black is 17. So with this 17, white will answer the move by playing 36-31. If we draw the square, so we see that the 37 here is surrounded by 31, 32, 42, 41. So we can take 31. So 31 is taken by white. Then black responded by playing 18-22. So 18-22 is played by black. And then Babasai answered by playing 31-27. So 31-27 was played. If you draw the square, you know why that move should be made. So you see that the 22 here is surrounded by 27, 28, 18, 17. So that is why Babasai moved to the 27 square to remove the piece at 22. Then Vladimir answered by playing 17-21. So 17-21 was played by Vladimir. Babasai played 37-31. If you draw the square, you see that the vertex here is surrounded by 16, 17, 27, 26, and that of 41 we have 36, 37, 47, 46. The key position here 26, 27, 36, 37 has 31 as the center. So we can move to the center. We can take 31 to have control of the key squares. So Babasai played 37-31. And then the move was replied by Vladimir by playing 21-26. So 21-26 is played. And Babasai replied by playing 31-27. So again, if you draw the square, so the vertex at 26, we have 21, 31. And that of 28, we have 22, 32, 33, 23. We are seeing 27 here. So the 27 here can control the 4 key squares. That is 21, 22, 32, 31. So we can move to 27. And Vladimir played 12-18. He answered by playing 12-18. Babasai played 42-37. And again, if you draw the square, then we see the vertex at 38 and 36 are surrounded by 31, 41, and this one will have 32, 42, and then the center is 37. So we can move to 37. And then Vladimir played 8-12. So 8-12 was played by Vladimir. And then white answered the move by playing 28-22. So he played 28-22. So if you draw the square again, we see that the vertex at 12 is surrounded by 7, 8, 18, 17. And that of 32, we have 28, 27, 37, 38. And then again, the key squares here has 22 as its center. So white can move to 22. So from 28 to 22 can be played. So that's what Babasai played. Vladimir answered by playing 3-8. And the move was answered by Babasai by playing 33-28. 33-28 was played. And then Vladimir answered by playing 12-17. He gave out the piece at 12. So white took it and he played 18-22. Babasai took and he took to 31. Babasai played 11-6. Now, if you draw the square again, the 11 here is surrounded by 6, 7, 17, 16. So Babasa decided to move to 6. And then Vladimir answered the move by playing 20-24. And this move was made by 39-33 by Babasa. So if you draw the square, you see these key positions here. And then it has 33 as its center. So Babasa moved to the center. And Black answered by playing 31-36. 31-36 was played by Black. White answered the move by playing 44-39. So 44-39. So let's see why White made this move. So again, we see that the position here, if we should draw the double square, we see that the position at 38 and 40. So we have these squares surrounding it, and that of 39 we have this surrounding it, and then the center here has 39. So if you move to 39, 39 will control these 4 squares. So once I move to 39, Black answered by playing 13-18. So he played 13-18, and then Babasa answered by playing 39-34. So 39-34 was played by Babasa. So again, let's draw the square. So we see that the vertex at 40 has 34, 35, 45, 44. So you have 34, 35, 45, 44. You can take 34. So once I play 39-34. And then Vladimir answered by playing 36-41. So he played 36-41. And then Babasa answered this move by playing 43-38. So Babasa played 43-38. So 43-38 was played by Babasa. Again, if we should draw the square, we see that the vertex at 43 has 38, 39, 49, 48. We can take 38. So 38 was taken by Babasa. Vladimir answered that move by playing 8-13. So he played 8-13, and Babasa moved 32-27. So again, we draw the square, and then we see that the position here, the vertex at 31 has 26, 27, 37, 36. So Babasa played 32-27. And Vladimir answered by playing 18-23. And Babasa answered by playing 27-21. This is a spectacular shot made by Babasa. So let's see how the shot was taken. So we draw the square. We see that the vertex at 21 can be taken. Babasa played 27-21. So he played 27-21. And then Black took the 2 pieces to square 43. So there's a waiting move here. And then Babasa played 6-1. So he moved to king. Now again, if we draw the square, so we see that Babasa can move to king at 1. Babasa can play 1. So he played the move, and then Black has to take. So Black took the piece at 21. White played 25-20. So if we draw the square, so we see that the position here is surrounded by 13, 14, 24, 23. And as we have learned, we see that these 2 squares here, key squares here, can be controlled when White occupies square 20. When you occupy square 20, you have control of these 2 squares. So Babasa played 25-20. And then if you draw the square, you see that this position here is surrounded by 30-20. So we can transport this piece here to square 44. So transported to square 44. Again, if you draw the square, you see that the position here is surrounded by 30-20. 29, 19, 20. Babasai played 34, 30 to transport the piece at 25 to square 34. And then he took the pieces and the game was won by Babasai. So this is how we apply the key positions that we have learned in our previous lesson in the game. It comes with constant practice. You need to practice it, and then when you get used to it, you'll be playing very good games. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I'll see you again in another lesson. Thank you.